All right, welcome to another edition of Prime Parents. Once again, I'm your host, BiggDoggChico to the C and the place to be. Yes, this is episode number 3 of season 2. Be sure to check out all of the seasons from the past, of course, season 1 and so on. All the episodes are on the channel right now, Big Dog Chico YouTube channel. You can also follow on all social media platforms as well. On today's show, I have a special guest joining me, of course, on Prime Parents. I like to give the spotlight to the parents of the athletes, so we can all get to know each of these young men from a different perspective, more intimate perspective, so to speak, and we get to learn more about the backgrounds, the upbringing, the morals, the goals, hardships, and so on, right here from the mouths of the parents. And today we have a father coming on, father of Colorado redshirt freshman cornerback from IMG Academy by way of Dallas, Texas, 6 foot, 180, super athletic cornerback, defensive back. I call him the Batman. It is ISREAL, Izzy Solomon. We have his father, Mr. Zurich Solomon, joining us today. So I'd like to welcome him on right now as we bring him to the stage. Mr. Zurich Solomon, thank you for joining us on Prime Parents. I appreciate you. How you doing? How you doing?
And I'm blessed. So I'm gonna say this in my own language now, because you said something about Jamaican. So we're gonna talk in my native tongue now. You hear me now? Yeah, same. No. What's good, brother? How are you, man of God?
Oh man, all good. I'm glad you brought that up. And you have a Jamaican flag on ISREAL's Twitter page, right? And a lot of people were asking, well, what's his background? Maybe you should ask about his background and such. So we can go ahead and dive right into it. You can tell us about his background, you guys' native country and everything, where you come from, and just give us a deep dive real quick.
Yeah, so I'll dive in, man. So my father, Israel's grandfather, is born and raised in Kingston, Jamaica. He was considered one of the pioneers of Saga music. He wrote a song called "Old Carolina." Shaggy remade it, won a Grammy, did all that fun stuff. So the roots are Jamaican, but are and they all in Wikipedia and all that crap. But yeah, so Jamaica is home, but Africa, West Africa is really where we really come from. We're part of the Maroon tribe. Maroon tribes in Jamaica, a bunch of warriors, man. I mean, if you know the history of these brothers, man, they fought on the slave ships, and they fought against the Spaniards, and that's part of Israel's legacy. But he's got a lot of legacy, man. We're gonna try to cover everything. My wife, his stepmom couldn't be here. We got a baby coming in a couple months, so she's laying down, got some hip issues. So I'm just posted up in the backyard, man, enjoying it, man. Love your show, love the content. Skull Buffs, love everything that everyone's doing. But yeah, Israel's background is Jamaica. So Jamaicans, man, we naturally fast. So him coming back healthy, he's looking at running about a 4.3 40. But it ain't even about the speed, man. Y'all, like I said, the Rockwilder's loose, man. Rockwilder's loose. He's nothing but a hitter, period. If you look at his film from IMG to Trinity League, Israel is nothing but a hitter. He's smart, he's fast, and he's disciplined. And we are blessed that Coach Prime picked this kid who was overlooked by a lot of different programs, and now he's home. So we're excited about that, my brother.
Well, congrats to you and the wife on the new one coming, joining the clan, the family.
6, man, got 6.
That's 6. What's
going?
Tell us about all the siblings. And you know,
So a very Israel has older sisters, and they are, matter of fact, one is in Denver. She runs a nonprofit. His other sister is in Las Colinas. She works in digital media. All college kids. So those are his older sisters. But he's got 3. He's got a younger sister here, and 2 younger brothers here, and getting ready to have another younger brother. Jamaicans, man, we come from a big family. We like babies.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
You're in California right now. On Izzy's bio, it has Dallas. So
Texas boy.
Let us go from Dallas, Texas, Trinity, IMG, and we're going to go
Yeah.
all to Colorado. But let's go ahead and start once again from his birth and
Yeah.
where he was born and things of that.
Yeah. So, so Israel's mother was she was from the hood. She was from Pleasant Grove in the building. Let's go Hood Rats. But she was from may she rest in peace. But but she was Israel was born in Texas in Dallas. I met his mother at the University of Texas. She played basketball and volleyball when I was limping around chasing my dream in football. Dead short-lived. I ended up doing 4 NFL combines, but I didn't go anywhere, bro. I was all banged up, neck from me playing. But Israel was born.
Hold there. Let me stop you there. Where'd you play at? Tell us about your background real quick.
Oh yeah, so my background was really in baseball. I grew up a military brat. I'll give you the good story because there's always another story to it. But my stepfather was in the military, uh, in the Air Force. So I grew up a military brat, and I all stars in baseball, football, and track. I was a little monster on the base, Dallas Air Force Base, uh, Abilene, Texas. Stand up, man! Your boys in the building. My background: born in Oklahoma, raised in Houston, raised in Dallas. So went to high school. I went to all the knucklehead high schools because of how my mother, after we got out of the military, my mother kind of moved around a little bit. So I was in Houston, Texas, went to Yates, went to Madison, went to all the knucklehead schools back in the Gap. And then from there, I was playing sports and all that stuff. Got injured playing. I was a cornerback and a wide receiver, and got injured and went from there. Went no scholarships. Walked on Texas. Back then, it was head coach was Mac Williams for the Longhorns, and was getting ready to get ready to go do my whole walk on thing back in the day. And you're talking about in the early '90s. Was injured trying to mask it. Met Israel's mother at UT, and then I was married to her for about 17 years. She passed away when Israel was 10, and and me and him just been holding it down ever since. So sports is in our back. Sports has always been a part of our lives, and I've done everything from football, basketball, boxing. My older brothers, I got 5 brothers and 3 sisters. My older brother was Golden Gloves. My interesting fact, the head of the Marine Corps in Boulder, Colorado, he's there now. He went to he went to school with my younger brother, Gary, and he's still there. He's over at ROTC.
Wow.
He's one of the commanders over at ROTC, and he's a Marine. And he was my brother's roommate when they were at Texas Southern University. So Israel does have people there that can that can look out for him, man. So I know I'm kind of going all over the place, but I just want to try to give a little context. When you're raised in the military, man, you kind of bounce around. We were also as a kid stationed at Charleston Air Force Base, Charleston, South Carolina. So Midwest, I don't really claim a lot of these states and where I'm from, because when you're a military brat, home is when you got to pack up and leave. So that's just kind of our background, and and that's just kind of where we are. So Israel has went he went to school at Trinity League at Santa Margarita. He dominated, and he was just like, look, Dad, it's kind of soft out here. I really want to get to the SEC. He's got he had a 3.8 at Santa Margarita on a good day. And then a very interesting fact, he told all the head coaches, he said, look, I'm out, man. I want to go to JSU, man. Coach Prime is at JSU. I'm going. I want to learn from the best. He's the GOAT, and I want to learn. So I was like, man, really, you want to go to Mississippi? Come on, man. And he said, yeah, Dad. He said, I want to go there. I want to learn. I want to train. So I said, all right, cool. All the coaches in Santa Margarita and Trinity, they wasn't really good coaches anyway, but they they pretty much were laughing like, yeah, maybe you should go to JSU. And then Dion bolted and went to Boulder. And so, Izzy had offers. He had already committed to Hawaii because his stepmom now, his mother, she's had him since she was 10, so he's really the mom. She was an All-American in volleyball at Hawaii. So
Yeah,
we lived, yeah. So, yeah, that's the flex.
I caught it.
Yeah. So that was on his birthday. So he went down there and Hawaii was kind of giving him light love, but he was like, "Look, Dad, I want to get here. I want to do this." But he had offers. Kansas and a few other schools were looking at him, but he was just set on Dion. He was like, "Look, man, I'm going to Prime, man. I don't care where he at. Prime could have been at a junior college with $12 in his pocket, and Izzy would have been like, I'm a ride to the wheels fall off." So he went to the camp, man, showed out, and Dion selected him, man. And we always say, man, when God moves you, no one else can move you. So that's kind of how he ended up in Colorado, man. It was just a beautiful blessing and beautiful timing. I always tell my son, divine delayed blessings. You got to always stand on that. And that's just how he is. So we're excited about it, brother. And yeah.
Yeah, so Trinity was before IMG?
Yeah, he did Trinity. He was balling in Trinity. He was dominating and knocking everybody out in Trinity. And then his senior year, he said, "Dad, it's not where I'm at. I want to get to the SEC." So he goes down to IMG, starts beating everybody up and knocking dudes out in IMG. And every game, the 6 games that y'all quote, the 45 tackles and all, that was in 6 games. Yeah. He ain't got all his stats. So he was over there. He was over there putting in that work, man. But Izzy's different, man. He's a different animal, man. He's educated. He's smart. He's calculating, but he wants it, and it hurt him when they had to drag him off the field, man. And y'all saw some of his highlights during spring ball, but Izzy was, he was putting in that work.
Right. We saw some highlights during spring, saw him making plays on the well-off media videos. Everybody was looking like, who is that? Who is that guy out there? Who is this guy? And then you see him later on, and people go search for him, and you see him wearing different numbers, find out he's a walk-on from IMG. He plays at IMG, but he's showing that grit. He's jamming people at the line. I'll put some of that in here as we go on. But what was your thought seeing that right there? You probably already knew. You say, I know what I have in my son.
Come on, brother. Hey, I'm gonna keep it a million with you, man. First thing I said when Israel was out there, and everything that you guys are watching, he had had a tear. He had toured somewhere along the line in practice or weightlifting when he was on campus. But all that stuff you guys are seeing, he did that with one arm. He wasn't complete, because and I remember that I saw the film where he hit Dylan in practice, and I was like, I hit him up like right after practice. I said, "Israel, what's up with the soft hitting?" He said, "Dad, I think my shoulder's kind of bothering me a little bit." But because he plays with that kind of pain, he just kept grinding and kept going and kept going and kept going. So, when I was seeing him, I was like, I mean, y'all only saw 25% of Israel. Y'all haven't seen the whole 100%. Right. They're gonna see it. They're gonna see it and feel it. I'm excited about these young brothers that are coming. I'm excited about what Prime is doing. I'm excited about the coaches. And so Israel, I said, Israel, man, you're gonna have to compete. He's like, Dad, his mindset is like, Dad, send him in. He said, I'm healthy. This is what it is. And I'm gonna say this right now to all my Buff fans and all the fans and teammates. This is gonna be the most physical, dominant, smash mouth football y'all gonna see. Because I know what Coach Prime got, and I know what with Israel and with the rest of them dogs. Only thing you need is a few dogs, man, and the pack is complete. Right. So Israel is ready to rock and roll. He's ready to strap it on and make it all pop. So he lives in the gym. He studies film. He ain't taking no shorts. He don't care what the next man got. His job is, hey, Dad, I just want to help my team. I want to win. He's like, I want to be freshman of the year. He don't care who's in front of him, who's in body. He's like, whoever. I'm just gonna say this: if you're gonna compete for any position, you better pack your lunch and you better be 24/7. And I mean, from sun up to sundown to hell freezes over. And even when hell freezes over, Israel gonna fight you on the ice. That's a fact. Bars.
Yeah. What? Let's go. What was the injury exactly that he had?
He had a slap tear in his shoulder, a torn labrum.
Torn
And
labrum.
yeah, they were pulling bone chips out of him. They were pulling bone chips out of it. It was nasty, but he recovered so well. And the video that I put out that Coach Prime said he loved it. That was Israel back training. But he's done so much recovery, cryo. He's listened to the PT, man. And I want to also give a shout out to the surgeons who looked out for Israel. God bless y'all over there at CU. Y'all, the surgeon did a phenomenal job. I also want to give a shout out to the PT. I think his name is Bradley. All the PT guys over there, man, were incredible. Those jobs are never to be taken lightly because they do help all of the athletes over there, and they do an impeccable job. And we are really blessed how they put Israel's back together again. So he's ready. He's ready. He's all on business right now. So he flew back yesterday, and he called me. I said, "Son, where you at?" He said, "Dad, I'm in the gym, man. You know where I'm at." He's sleeping in that gym.
Yeah.
So he ain't even got a dorm, man. He sleeps in the gym.
Right.
So
I love that mentality. I saw someone post on Twitter. I think one of his teammates might have said, "Izzy, after you posted your video and you were in the camera, you were saying what you were saying, ready to go, skull buffs, had your blenders on. You know what I mean?"
Yeah.
And
of course,
you had a lot of people. Had some people saying in the comments, "Izzy, I see where you get that attitude from. Izzy, I see where you get that swag from." Tell us about just some of the things that you instilled in him, morals or character, things that you've instilled into him.
Yeah, so we are definitely believers in God. We believe in God and family. We love our country. We love Africa. We love Jamaica. But some of the things that Israel has always been, feet on the floor, 4 a.m. It's just unfortunate that all of his family, every uncle and including aunts, they've all served in the military. Every branch, you name it, they've been in every branch. When I took my ASVAB, I was headed to the Air Force, and they found out I had an irregular heartbeat or something weird. So my heroes were going into the military. So Israel comes from that line of discipline, staying focused. Very humble kid, man. He's very humble. He's not going to be out there doing anything reckless or anything crazy. That's not his style. He's very coachable. He listens, and he's humble. But I'm telling y'all, he's just like his dad. I was a hitter. I'd knock you out in high school, and I was headed, into college to be a hitter, and then had my injuries. But with Israel, like I said, if Israel told me, "Dad, I want to play football, I want to be a doctor," then he's gonna be he's gonna be one of the hardest doctors on the planet, because I'm gonna make sure he get to where he needs to get to. So he's very focused. A lot of people don't know that during COVID. I know, man. Look at me, boy. I gotta slim up, man. That belly that's something good, man. I gotta stay off them snacks. I gotta get off them snacks. But yeah. So Israel was working during the pandemic with me. We fed over 150,000 families through Saddleback Church. Israel was helping me. I was driving these big rigs when people were shut in, and my son was out there, 15 years old, unloading trucks, loading trucks. He was going into the elderly community and and knocking on a lot of doors, and people didn't even look like him, and he was making sure folks had food. He's always been like that. He's always worked. He worked at Kids Factory. He helped his dad coach. We coached first graders and second graders. We had over 700 kids on Friday Night Lights, and Israel would come in and help coach. So he's always been about family and community, but he's really also about his boys and his dog. He gets upset if you ain't a dog and you ain't giving 100%. You just don't be friends with Israel. If you ain't out there giving 110%, if you're not listening, if you're not smart, fast, and got character, then don't hang out. Israel's not for you. But if you are the kid that wants to go, because his next steps, he's looking to trying to go play on Sunday. And that's his dream. I always tell him, whatever you want to do, son, I'm gonna support you. But if you are not that guy, if you are not, if you don't want to be a part of the headache gang on defense, man, you need to go on and pop into that magic portal, because Israel wants to be around dogs, and he wants to learn, and he wants to grow. He ain't going nowhere. He wants to sit there, but he wants to earn it. Handouts. I remember when they gave him some ribbon. They want to give all the kids a trophy when he was little. I said, man, get all that back. I said, we don't take no free lunches. Ain't no free lunches over here. You gotta go work and get yours.
Right.
So that's his mentality, man. That's his mentality. I love him. I always want him to be around the best. I tell him his girlfriend needs to be Jesus, but he ain't trying to hear me. I said, look, man, you stay away from them women and you stay focused. I said, because a Solomon, man, they love us like that. So you gotta be careful, and you gotta be careful, and you gotta make sure that you stand on your business. So there are a lot of dogs over there, man. I'm impressed by every last one of them. I love what Dion does with his sons. I love the message. Every day it's a sermon, and it's something that sold me the most about Dion is Dion don't just walk. He don't just talk the talk. He walks it. So I want to give him a shout out, because I just saw him like running and doing sit-ups.
Yeah.
He out running and getting it. I'm like, dang, Dion getting it in, man. No excuses for the healthy, right?
Still getting it in. Like he said, he in the weight room getting fine. Which we all should be doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's motivating. At the end of the day. Yeah.
All good.
I guess we can go into we got some questions going to be coming in. Y'all go ahead and get your questions in right now. I'll make sure I highlight them, and we'll get them in for Pops. We got the father of Mr. Israel Solomon on. I wanted to ask a personal question because his name is Israel. I've seen a lot of Israel spelled ISRAEL, and you have spelled is real as in REAL. Is that
that's right?
Is that intentional? Tell me about his name.
Yeah, he's my oldest. He's the oldest to the throne of King Solomon. So yeah, and he is real, and everybody's gonna feel that. So yeah, that's what the name is. The name is for. So yeah, definitely, man.
I definitely didn't think it was looked over or by mistake. By watching you from your Twitter page and the videos that you've posted. I'll put this up here so everybody can go follow you also. Make sure you follow him on Twitter right now. We're going to get them followers up, man. Run them followers up right now.
Hey, brother, I'm old school. Hey, brother, I'm old school. I don't care. I got 2 people on Facebook.
And you got 2 people on Facebook?
I got 2 people on Facebook. That's my dog I've been knowing for 38 years, and my other dog I've been knowing for 35. Everybody else is suspect. Yeah, I ain't into all that following and all that stuff, brother. Only reason I was on Twitter was to highlight my son, because no one was promoting him when he came out here to Orange County from Texas. California is more about quarterbacks and wide receivers, and they were not really looking out for him in Trinity. So I was blessed to know a lot of NFL guys and kind of plugged in. So Israel has only been training. He only knows one way, and that's the NFL way. He didn't learn no high school way. He didn't learn no college way. I've only taught him the NFL way. So they didn't want to invite him to none of the Adidas All-Americans. It was all clicked up and weird out here. It's California, man. So you get a lot of that soft stuff. And Israel was, it's like this. He's going to practice, and players are like, "Why are you practicing so hard?"
Yeah, one of those.
Bro. It's a lot of that soft twinkle toe stuff. I was like, man, we ain't built like that. I said, it was like, why is he practice? Why is he doing this so hard? I said, man, because Israel's like that. I ain't even tired, man. I'm just out here. And they would be complaining. They wouldn't invite him to the little pizza parties. We ain't give a damn. I was like, man, we don't care nothing about that anyway. I said, we ain't coming. I said, we ain't coming.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they came to play. Israel came to eat. It's the same thing when he's at Boulder. Israel's like, look, y'all can come here for all that little shiny stuff and do all that. I came here to eat. I came in right now. His goals is to be the freshman All-American. He wants to lead in tackles, sacks. He wants punt return. He wants it all. He wants offense and defense. Whatever Dion sees fit, that's where he wants to play. But he is a true corner. And I'm gonna tell you this now. If you look at some of his film, he is a hitter. He was knocking out tight ends. I mean, when he was in Florida, and like I said, and he got hands. Right before COVID, I had him and 3 other fight. I've been in the boxing game for a very long time, so I was going to put him into the Junior Olympics. He had all his fights were scheduled, and then for him to go, him and another boxer, where they were going to Tokyo, and then COVID killed a lot of stuff. That's him when he was playing basketball. He dominated in basketball as well. So, and COVID came because they wouldn't let him play football. Yeah, that's him at track. So he was doing his thing, man, and he continues to do that. He's going to be running track, I believe, at CU as well. So we're excited about it, brother. We're excited about the next time. Let me turn this on and get some light.
Okay.
So I'm getting a little dark.
As we
Yeah, my wife don't want me smoking. Yeah, I'm in the backyard, man. She don't want me smoking in the. Yeah, she don't want me smoking in the. Yeah, she don't want me smoking in the house.
Can't smoke in the house.
Yeah, I'm not even a smoker. I'm not even a smoker, bro. It's just one of these Bucky things right now.
It's the vibe. Shout out to Big Bucky, man.
Shout out to Bucky
for
Bucky,
sure.
Bucky's putting in real work, man, and I'm just excited about what's happening, man. And I'm blessed to see my son not only be able to play football, but he's also smart. He started out with CU with a 4.0. I think he's dancing around a 3 and some change. Our family is really about education. When I graduated from UT, his mother was a network engineer, and then my wife now, who is the hero of the house, she has 2 master's degree and a PhD, and she's also a professor. And so she's no joke with education. She stayed on him, making sure all them missing assignments got in, and making sure that he did everything he needed to be successful. So, that's where we are. So let me pull this back over here to get us in a little bit. Okay. I'll go right over. Yeah, come over.
So, let me see. Let me make sure I get on right here. If you guys don't know, we're right now season 2, episode 3, Prime Parents. We got the father of Israel, Solomon, checking in right now.
Yeah.
Israel, 6-foot cornerback, walk-on. Let's talk about that walk-on mentality. As you were a walk-on. I played with a bunch of different guys who were quote-unquote walk-ons because they didn't want to go through.
Yeah, where'd you play?
I played football at UAB, Alabama, Birmingham.
Nice.
And we had some walk-on guys who would come there and earn a scholarship, knowing that they were dogs, kind of betting on themselves. Talking about mentality of betting on yourself, like Izzy has done.
Yeah, so when Israel left Hawaii, they were like, hey man, you stay here, you can build and grow. We're gonna give you the bag to go. And Israel was like, no, Dad, it's I'm pretty much what you're saying. He said, hey, Dad, I'm gonna bet on myself, man. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna outwork everybody, and I'm gonna let God do the rest. Israel's the type of individual, when he's on the field, something magical is getting ready to happen. When he went to IMG, he was just dominating. They were like 6-time player of. He was killing it. So Israel always gambles on himself, but it ain't just about a lot of the lip service. It's more about Israel having the talent to back it up, right? Because like I said, football is a very violent sport. So you got to meet football where it's at. You got to meet them where they are. So it's a perfect scenario for Israel because that's what he does. That's why when you guys see me training him in boxing and getting his hands right, because you got to have hands in football, especially if you're a corner.
Right.
So he prepares for this. He's always betting on himself. He's always looking at the bigger picture, but he's smart and he's calculating with his steps and what he does. He'll spend the night. He'll spend the night in the locker room just to make sure he's on time for that 6 o'clock meeting. You know, he's either the first one in, he's damn sure the last one out. He's not going to go to practice and then go home and relax and kick it and do it. Israel's like, nah, son, where you at? He said, Dad, I just finished my homework. I'm ready to get a little sleep, and then I'm going back into the gym. I'm gonna rest and recover. So he's 24/7 with this, right? So he only wants to be the best. And IMG, that's why I say he's really not a freshman. He's 18, but because he traveled and because he's lived on his own at IMG, that's what gives him a lot of that advantage, because he ain't homesick. He's like, look, Dad, I got a job to do. I got business to work. So my job is just to support him, to make sure that, once that bag does come, you don't slack off. You got to keep working. You got to keep grinding and trust the process. I always tell them, trust the process. I said, all that portal jumping you seeing guys doing, I said, that's not where we at. You came here because of Dion. You came here because, you look up to how he plays, you look up to how he swags, and you look up to where you want to be. You look up to Coach Mathis. You look up to these coaches because they've been to where you've been. I can't, I told my son this all the time. I said, man, you've already achieved everything that your father has set forward. You're already a success to me, because what it's really about for us is making sure that we get more young brothers, whatever your background is, white, black, or whatever. But when it comes to our community, it's great to play sports. It's great to be able to do that. However, this is really about how our education, because like Coach Prime says, a lot are not going to make it to the NFL. What are you going to fall on? You got to have your plan B should be your education, right? So that's our mindset. But Israel's like, look, Dad, all that's great. I'm going to the league, and all that's great. But he wants to break all the records in Colorado. So my thing is this: he's going to work with his brothers. He's going to ride with his brothers. But at the same time, his brothers better be putting in 150%. Because one thing I can say, and I stand on this, Israel is putting in 150%. And he's not going to be out here playing. He ain't going to be out here missing tackles and all this old weird energy and not showing up for practice. He ain't built on that. He's like, look, I'm coming with the thump. So he wants to get up to about 190 because he wants to knock everybody out, man. He's looking to punish.
That physicalness, that's what's needed. Looking to punish, that physicalness causing havoc, especially in that defensive backfield, having that mentality, and like that's your calling card. Like the Seattle Seahawks that year, that defensive backfield was known as the Legion of Boom. You got to have some type of identity back there. If Shiloh can have another guy that's physical with him, Travis can have another physical corner with him.
Dogs, both of them dogs. Those are the 100. Those are what I call the 150 percenters, right? Because, like I said, and I'm gonna say this now: if I'm glad it's all peaceful now. But if Israel was on that field and they would have hit how they were hitting Shador, how they hit Travis, they would have been knuckling up. They would have been like, they were like, freshman, he got kicked out because he ain't gonna let that ride. He's not friendly. I tell my son this every day. I said, son, if you ain't had 3 fights in practice, if you ain't fought nobody in practice, you need to go on and go play lacrosse or something.
Yeah.
I said, because we ain't built on none of that friendly stuff. Right. I said, but we guide people and we fear God and we respect everyone. But when you come on, man, this is football. Football is violent. Right. You got to football where football's at. The worst thing I can't stand to see is a bunch of weak, soft cornerbacks. You got to put that work in. You know what I'm saying? And if you little, put some weight on.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you that even if you little, start a fight. Let people feel you. Because if they can't feel you, they just gonna run over you. Right. So all that softness, man. I'm telling you, 2024, to get ready for the business because the business is coming.
Let them know you're there. If you're out there on the field, my thing is let the guy know on the other side of you that you were there. Every time he line up, he should know, damn, this guy going to come hard every play. It's just like you were saying about the kids were saying about Izzy back when he was playing at Trenton. Yes, that needs to be the mentality of a whole defense or anybody going one-on-one in football. Listen, they need to know you're coming each and every play, and it need to be felt. It's a physical game. That needs to be the mentality at all times. I like that.
That's facts, man. And you're going into the Big 12, man. And Big 12 is it ain't no joke either. I mean,
Mm.
your first game, what is it, North Dakota State or whatever, they coming, right? I mean, and like I said, man, every team that see you play against, man, they gonna play it like it's their last. So you gotta have dogs ready up in them trenches. I've been watching a lot of a lot of the recruiting guys in the portal. So it's a beautiful thing that's happening in Colorado. But our secondary, man, we have to be the safety net to say no. You're not just gonna throw how you want to throw, and not only that, the
Mm-hmm.
clean hits need to be nasty.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
and
say
that's
it
why
again.
I said the cleanup hits. Them cleanups need to be nasty.
Thank
You
you.
you can't be out there all gingerly letting people push. Come on, man. What are we doing? Go. I mean, come on, man. If you ain't that guy, go sit your ass down. Anybody
I,
trying to hear you? If you ain't if you there for some clicks and to be hanging out, and then yeah, I played, man. Go on and go join lacrosse or something, man. Go join some soccer or something, man. Go join badminton.
if,
Because
if you're looking for a participation trophy, you can go. They got leagues for that too. You know what I'm saying?
that's all I'm saying. I mean, because like I said, I train my son to punish. I'm just gonna keep it a million with you. He been
Mm,
hit. Matter of fact, he played at what was it, the Trinity? He played for the Cowboys when he was in Dallas. He played against Coach Prime's little Pee Wee League. I played Pop Warner. My son played against. He was playing with the Cowboys, and he was hitting kids back then. I'll show you some. I'll show you some of his. Matter of fact, I think I posted it on Twitter where he was hitting kids when he was little. So I was like, his mother, may she rest in peace. She was
yeah.
always at the games. She was always like, doing what she needed to do. But like I said, man, Israel was really about that business, man, and that's kind of, where he is and how he trains. It's just exactly, man. It's just what he likes to do. So yeah, here's I think this is the hit where I think this is the one where he eats through the. I think he eats through the tight end and then he lays a hit. He had about 25 or 60. He hit one kid so hard, man. The ball, look at that. Just get off of him. Get off of him. And
Get off
clean up.
the block. Look at
Yeah,
this.
get
If
off.
you guys watching this, just watch this technique right here. You see him at the corner down here, number 8. That's
Yeah,
the number I wore in high school. Also, shout out to him wearing that big 8.
yeah. There you go.
Coming up right
Yeah,
here, bam, making a hit. Loving a
yeah.
physical corner. That's what we're
Exactly.
looking for right there, baby.
I'm gonna tell you this. We were really upset that he was injured, but I'm one of the things I love to give a shout out to a lot of players. If you're injured, it does affect your performance. Go and get
He is
healed.
not going to get.
Uh-oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
so
ahead. Play that.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
so yeah, you want to be healthy to give your 100%, you know. But yeah, yeah. I like that one too because he was now he about his business, man, and he's only bigger and faster now.
That's what I was
And
going to say. You get in that weight room, he's gotten bigger, faster. So that's going to be even more confidence that he's going to have on that football field after getting in that weight room.
yeah, and I'm gonna tell you this now too. And Israel was pissed off because he was, all the, out here in California, they give you stars, right? They give a lot of these kids stars, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. That's just a fact. It is
Right.
what it is. And Israel, they came to me talking about, hey man, if you want to be in this little, so we'll give your son the 3-star. I said, man, listen, we don't take charity, and I'm not gonna pay you to put no stars on my son. That's not how we get down. I said, but we're cool with that. And every full 5-star that he played, he was just annihilating. He was like, Dad, this dude, come on, man. I said, Israel, he said, oh, he gonna see some stars. He said, at the end, he would be out there talking to him. He said, man, I'm gonna make you see some stars today. So no cap, man. I just want my son to. He's a physical. I mean, physicality is what it is. He gonna
Yeah.
jam. Tell him, I said, man, jam these dudes up on the line, man. Get up in them, man. Don't let these dudes sit up here and just get prancing with their little routes. I said, man,
Right.
punch this dude in his mouth. I said, sitting over here all and then they over there yapping. I said, they yapping?
Mhm.
Man, you need to punch these dudes in the mouth, man. That's the only way they're gonna respect you. So this 2024, man, the business is here, man. So we're excited about it, man. Very humble, very thankful. And I'm just praying for all of these players, everybody be healthy, and Israel can get on get on the field and fight for what he needs to fight for. But he's definitely preparing for the fight.
Okay, as we get ready to go into these questions, I have one more for you. What is his major? What is he majoring in?
This wants to do international business. That's where I'm at. You know, he knows his dad. I've been in 43 countries. I speak six languages. I play violin and piano on my own time. But Israel is looking at international business. Um, so that's what his major is. I know he wants to do engineering as well. So, you know, as a freshman, he's still trying to figure it out, but he knows what we have lined up for him in the future is, you know, him running his own companies. He's been designing shoes and he's been in everything, man, writing code. So he's a really smart. It's interesting, man. He has to dummy himself down because he's not a nerd, but he's so smart. He's just kind of like, I said, Israel, you do know all this stuff. He's like, yeah, dad, but you know, the girls out here choosing. I said, boy, hey, I said, when you, hey, I have to do my Denzel on him. I said, hey, you keep your mouth shut and your ears open, and I guarantee you, you okay. I said, you understand me? I said, you're in a privileged position, but you keep your mouth shut and your ears open. I guarantee you, you'll be the great life. He goes, all right, Dad. All right, I get it.
You're in a privileged position to learn a thing or two.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Hey,
We have
awesome.
we have fun in our house, man. We have fun in our house, man. We have fun, man. We like to laugh. But we take life very seriously. But yeah, we definitely, I see a lot of, a lot of people and, some parents, they put on airs and all this, man. This is how I am. I'm very, very loyal to my family, very loyal to this program. And I just want to see, see you and I want to see Dion. I just want to see all them win, man. That's it. I just want to see it. It's a win for the culture. It's a win for the community. It's a win for CU. And I know we're going to do some dominating things.
Definitely. So I meant to go by this, but you mentioned it. I didn't say it earlier, but give us your professional background.
Yeah. So I do international business, man. I work with a lot of initiatives. I've done a lot of work in Africa and in Europe. Matter of fact, I just sent 3 water units, purification of water units. I just sent 3 water units to Ghana, to the military base, working with a few generals there. And I also work with a water manufacturing facility out of Richardson, Texas. So we look to try to solve problems. I've worked with the UN, United Nations, worked with a lot of different companies, but my background has always been to make wherever I go sustainable and better. So I do work with a lot of African countries, work with the Bahamas, and also work with Jamaica as well. So I still got a lot of work to do. So yeah, that's my background in international business, man.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
Cool
and I want to give this last shout out for every parent, every CU parent, Black kid and mixed kid. Take your children to Africa. Get them passports up. Go to Africa, and don't go to Africa to take a whole bunch of pictures. Go to Africa and see what industries that you can dive into. You're from it's the richest continent the world. You got 1.3 billion people who look like us, and they need African Americans to come over there with industry and with initiatives. You can plug in. You can always reach out to me, and I can give you the strategy, the methodology, the genealogy on how you can enter into that market. There are a lot of ex-military guys over in Africa now that retired from the military, and now they're over in Africa making, 6 and 7 figures with using their mind. And it's a great place. 90% 30 million African Americans, 90% of us are from West Africa. So I just want to give that shout out as well to all the brothers and sisters out there. Take your people over there, Africa, man. They love you, man. They're gonna love on you. They're gonna welcome you home, and it's a beautiful look.
What's one misconception about Africa that maybe African Americans may have?
Yeah, good question, man. A lot of African Americans, man, they always say that, oh, they don't want us. They think we're westernized. Africa's dirty. Africa, all that old goofy stuff. We need shots and all. First of all, you from the motherland.
Right.
sisters love you. If you got hair weave, take them hair weaves out, rock your afro, get on over there and start finding out what your talents are and tap into them. And what I mean by talents, I mean whether it's IT, whether it's education, innovation, going over to Africa and opening up a boutique store, unless it's something to do with herbal health. Get involved, man. There's the African diaspora that's still out there. There are a lot of different initiatives that you can do. I'm a chief. A lot of people don't know this, but I'm a chief out in my village. I got to go through the whole ceremony. I was just arguing with one of my brothers who's in Ghana now. They made him a king. Uh, so, but I'm the chief in finance over in Africa. So, brothers welcome you home, man. The sisters, they welcome you home. A lot of love, a lot of respect. So the narrative that Black people have to understand is that your people love you over there. I mean, come on, all the gold in the world is in Africa, the
Yeah.
diamond, the
Yes.
natural resources, but you have to tap in and say, hey, what industry, what education can I bring over there? Because these brothers are starving for education. Africans need us over there. And so when you get an opportunity on your vacation, go to Ghana. When you land in Ghana, Ghana's airport look like LAX. That's facts. Google it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I was in Sierra Leone and Ghana. Sierra Leone got white sand beaches. Do they have poverty? Yes. Is there poverty? Is it a lot of poverty? Yes. However, but there's a lot of wealth there too. You just have to know what your strategy is, and then you enter into that strategy. I was just talking to a young brother real quickly. He was a pilot because my younger brother's a pilot as well. He was a Marine, a pilot, and now my younger brother's going over there to teach aviation. So there was another brother I ran into when I was in Germany. I just came back from Germany last month. And I was talking to the brother. I said, man, you been out? He said, yeah, bro, I've been over in, I haven't been to Africa. I've been everywhere else. He's a pilot. I said, well, man, why don't you go over there and start an aviation school? I said, there's a strategy where you can make money. He was like, what? I said, yeah, brother, you got it. So it's that type. I'm a firm believer in this. If you are not sharing knowledge, you are defeating the purpose of who you are. The one thing one of my pet peeves is for us not to share knowledge with each other. It ain't
Right.
There's room at the top and there's so much money at the top. That's why I tell my son this. I say, Israel, we don't ever want what another man's got. We don't want his house. We don't want his money. We don't want his cars. We don't want any of that. What we would like to see is all of us working together to move in the way that we need to move. But that comes with, I always say, if you have not been to Africa as a young Black man, as an older Black man, or as a community, you are missing out. You will feel the love and the energy when you get, because you're home. You go home, you're like, gosh, man, why do I feel your skin starts glowing? You start saying, man, why do I feel so relaxed? Because this is where you came from, right? This is
Right.
where you came from.
Right.
So, and you have to experience that. I know we're going in a different direction, but
You're
it's
going the
just
right
something.
direction.
Yeah,
You're going,
yeah. So it's just something that I don't care if your hair's straight, if your mama's white, your daddy's black. It don't matter when you're in because Africa got every shade.
right.
So all that melanin in your skin, you come from that. So you have to embrace those things. You have to, and it's knowledge. We go to Jamaica, we go to all these other places. Everybody's scared to go to Africa. Man, do I got to get all these shots? No. Why you need shots? Where you from?
That's what they've put out there to quote unquote teach us, to brainwash us to not
Yeah.
go to think that from the top to the bottom, east to the west, it's all the same, man. It's all different countries. Africa is not a country; it's a continent. From the top, Morocco to South Africa to Ghana to Eritrea to Ethiopia, wherever, you know what I mean? It's all different. Come on, it's like saying Alabama is the same as Alaska, right?
It's facts. A lot of people, a lot of our people, man. It's only 30 million of us here, right? And then when you start subtracting the ones who are sick, locked up, whatever, and even brothers who have passed. If God blesses you to get a passport, and you feel like you've been overlooked here in America, trust this.
Yes, yes.
Get on that plane, and you get over to Africa, everything starts over. So you can go there and you can see the blessings, but it's a mind thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and it's who you plug into and who you know. But Africans are not going to shun you. They're just going to say, "Welcome home, brother. Let's work on something." Right. So a lot of and you saw that they just had a group. I think it was like Boris Cujo and a whole bunch of brothers. They all went over to
Yeah,
Africa. They took
yeah.
a whole, it just cried, we were slaves, and they hopped back on and went home. That's not, that's, you just wasted a whole trip. You should
Mm,
have started talking about what industries, what initiatives can I get into? What, how can I solve some of these issues with my brothers here? There's a lot of money there, man. Mining. Israel owns a mine, a small mine in Africa, and the reason why I did that was because I said, hey, when you finish what you got to finish, I have to lay some foundation for you. All that, hey man, I want to buy my son this in America. That's all cool, but that's not the longevity that I'm looking for. That's not the
right,
longevity I want for my children. You know, and another thing too, and I'm gonna digress real quickly. All my children know where they come from. They all know they Jamaicans, but they also know that they West Africans, and they all know that they have brothers and sisters that are 1.3 billion strong, and they know that. And they know that you go over to Africa, brother, you're gonna see Lamborghinis, Rolls Royces. You're gonna
yep,
see. I don't know if you've been there, but you're gonna see mansions. You're gonna see some of the most. I mean, and it's just a beautiful thing, man. And a lot of, we do a disservice not going back and talking to our brothers and sisters. I mean, what's the point of having dreadlocks and twists and braids, and you just rocking around here, putting Kool-Aid all up in them and turning them blonde, and
right,
you ain't going back to the motherland where that originated from. You know what I
right,
mean? So
right.
that's all.
Exactly, exactly. You're wearing it for the hairstyle, not the cause. You know what I mean?
They're
Uh,
going over beautiful. It's a beautiful look, man. They love you over there, man. Love you.
I used to live in Austria where I played ball at, and I was so surprised by how many West Africans were in Austria, Graz, Austria, so much to where they even had a whole night scene that
Yeah.
was, this like that's the African club, this is that club or whatever. But it was so many West Africans there. I was so surprised. So the culture is very deep and real out there. Um,
Of
in
course.
Austria for with Africans. Tell me
And
about this. You said you spoke 6 different languages. What languages are they?
yeah, Nuhankara Kikandiska Watashiwa Zurika Desahai. That's Japanese. French, bonjour, comment vous appelez-vous? You know what I'm saying? Spanish, buenas noches. So that's 3. And then my own language, patois, but patois is a little bit more, it's like a broken language.
Mhm.
Um, that's a little Irmino Yakamboya from, that's a little when you get home. And also some German. And so those are, I try to, when I travel around the world, one of the things that I do, I don't just go there as a tourist. I go into where all the locals are. I go into all the areas where, just to learn and to grow about the culture. I'm never a tourist. Anywhere I go, I'm never a tourist. One, because I'm either working there, or two, it's because I'm there to assist. But when I'm there, I'm always, even when I was in Vietnam, it's the same thing. I wanted to go to the orphanage. I always want to go where a lot of people don't like to go.
Yeah.
So so yeah, those are a few of my languages that I like to play with, and I pride myself on always learning and growing in business, but learning and growing about communities and culture. So that's just kind of my background, and that's just how I was raised. Right? You don't just go somewhere and just buy a T-shirt and leave. Find out what's going, you know, if you go to Africa, go buy the fake Louis, man. I mean, support the locals. They got Louis for $5 and $10. Just don't be buying a truckload, or you're gonna get hemmed up at customs. That's all I'm saying.
Hemmed up in customs. You're not
Uh,
going nowhere. That
uh,
thing is back
no,
boosted.
and I'm like, where you get this Gucci with a falcon on it? That don't even make sense. You gonna be over there stressed out. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Uh,
yeah,
re-
it's
re-
always good. I appreciate your show. I appreciate your content. I appreciate you, just taking the time and acknowledging my son, because for us, we take everything to heart. We appreciate it, and we definitely know that when God is moving you, man, can't nobody stop you, man. And I don't get all caught up in what haters say and weirdos say, man. That's not our energy. We just move in silence, and we try to do what we can do, but we know where our true self comes from and where we come from, and that's God. Everything is centered around that. Not to get preachy, because I've been in some churches where I'm like, man, y'all couldn't join hands and save a coupon. I don't even want to be up in here with you. So I know I done been to the Potter's house. I done been over here to Saddleback. I done seen the whole circus. Brothers over here talking about, hey brother, welcome to God, man. Can you give me $80? I mean, man, if you don't get your fake Christian butt out my face with all that mess, man, we ain't trying to hear that. So, we try to do the real, man. And I also want to give another shout out to my man, Dr. Derwin Gray, who he prayed over Israel. He's a former football player from the Colts, man. Just a beautiful brother, man. We watch a lot of his services, and Israel watches it on Sundays. He'll sit there with his projector in his room. I think he just got a roommate too, man. He got the big boy from IMG that just signed with Coach Prime. Big kid out of IMG. I forgot this
Not
boy.
Jordan. Not
No,
Jordan. Not Jordan. Not Cash
white,
Cleveland.
white kid, big white kid.
Oh, Cash Cleveland then.
Yeah, big boy. I said, man, boy, that room gonna be stinking for sure, man. I said, hey, anytime you got to stay with a lineman, because he stayed with a lineman that's playing at Miami at IMG. Man, I walked in the room, I was like, Lord Jesus, man, y'all think, man, wide receivers and cornerbacks and safeties, they smell like perfume and applesauce. When you get to the linemen, hey, mad love to all the O-line and D-line, but boy, man, y'all laundry ain't no joke. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, my bad, Cash. That was a stray bullet on your Cash. My bad, Cash. Well, that's for all the linemen, though. And how about this? I'm going to vouch for it. I'm going to say all y'all linemen, but actually, it's the whole locker room, though. The whole locker room is something that you don't want to be around if you've never been around it, and then it translates. It goes to some of these guys' rooms. So clean your rooms up, dog. Clean your rooms up. Don't have your rooms smelling like the locker room.
That's fact.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, I thought I had more questions coming in, but you guys are just pretty much commenting and saying all of these comments are giving shout outs to you and saying great job as a father. They love you, love having you on here, and all these good things. Maybe let me see.
Yeah.
You might say, "Ain't you a lineman, Chico?"
Oh man. Oh, you are? Man, my bad, bro. That's on me, man.
I played tight.
You play tight end. That's a little bit.
But it's the same thing. I'm either lineman or wide receiver hybrid. So,
oh man, hey, was you a blocking tight end? Was you putting that work in?
Hey, I caught that straight too. No, I modeled myself after Shannon Sharp. I wanted to catch passes. Throw me the ball. Throw me the ball. That was my thing.
Yeah, that's another GOAT.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Shay Sharp, old club Shay. Shout out to my guy. You got to give a couple shout outs. As Denzel for your boy, though. Go ahead and give a couple shout out for Denzel. Or Denzel.
Give a shout out. Oh, okay. Hey, I want to just say this, and I'm going to say this one time. Okay. Make sure y'all go get Israel's book, May 22nd, right? The Dream is Yours, coming out soon. I'm going to tell y'all something right now, and I mean this. Everything I am, everything that we are, just make sure. Skull Buffs.
That's right, baby. We just had a legendary actor come on this thing, Denzel Washington. Give a nice shout out. But all in all, I really want to salute you for what you're doing as a father and showing online. People are seeing, and I appreciate it myself. As a young father, and any young fathers and parents out there, last question I'll get to you. As a young father, what advice would you give grooming and raising a young son out there? What advice would you give as far as just to raise him as a man, having those morals and values and things of that?
So I always say that you hear a lot of parents always say that they're like, I let my son do whatever he wants to do. I'll follow his dream. No, I don't believe in that. If you want your son to play basketball or football or baseball, let's go football, because that's what we talk. That's what we doing. Support them, show them the right way, tell them about all the pitfalls, tell them about all the issues, but stay on them and let them know that the vehicle is education. The vehicle is not your physical attributes, because as you already know, there are a lot of talented kids, but talent doesn't go anywhere if you don't have the grades. Talent doesn't go anywhere if you are doing things to your body that's going to prevent you to perform at a high level. You can't be a drinker, you can't be a smoker, you can't be out there doing all this reckless stuff, you can't be out in them streets or all booed up in love. You know, you got to, as a parent, you have to let your kids know, laser focus, stay on point, and do the best that you can, and then let God do the rest. That's all you can do. But you have to be hands-on. Ain't none of that let him do what he wants to do, let him drive at night, let him go to this party. You got to be all on top of that, and then God will do the rest.
Right. I like that, man. So anybody listening out there, you guys have a young one, y'all go back and watch this interview. Y'all go follow him on Twitter, even though he don't care about y'all. Follow him and learn something. And
if it ain't about football, man, I mean, hey man, hi man, come on, man, with all that, man.
We appreciate you though for coming on. We look forward to seeing Israel doing this thing this spring and this season. We're gonna be following him, and hopefully we can have you back on this summer for the round table of the prime parents, and we'll go from there.
All right, my brother. God bless, man. Keep doing you, man. Proud of you, and it's only gonna get bigger and better, man. 2024, let's get it.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And Rastafari Selassie first. Yes, indeed. Bless up. All right, so thank you guys for joining on. Everybody who's tuned in nationally and internationally. You already know it. BiggDoggChico to the scene, the place to be. This has been episode number, what is that? Number 3 for the season of the second Prime Parents. So if you need to know more, need to find out more, need to watch more, y'all go back and watch season number 1 and let me know what y'all think. This has been another edition of the one and only Prime Parents. And I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to be up and about this thing. Peace in the Middle East. Thank you very much for coming on. Yeah.